I was an absolute twig back in high school until I started implementing these snacks that I'm going to give you today, these high calorie, high protein snacks, high fat snacks. Yes, fat is good for you. And that helped me to build over 20 kg of muscle in that time. This is the exact same shirt I'm wearing there, but a different tie because I couldn't find the old one. And I did this by realizing that everything you see online on like TikTok or whatever, and all these like big influencers, these aren't the best snacks. Like the snacks that you think are good won't actually get you to this goal because of things like protein quality, from complete proteins, like different amino acids you need, and lots of like sciencey stuff like anti-nutrients. So I'm ranking them based on how good I think they actually are as snacks. Okay, so E is obviously the worst, S is the best. We'll get to that at the end. So for example, the first one is protein shakes and protein bars. Even though they are technically good, they are not as good as you think they are. And if you want me to go into the complete science like protein quality, blah, 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 that I was talking about, then I have a school community with a full nutrition course, which will help you understand all that. And of course you can find it on my channel, but it's all there for you. So protein bars, I don't actually recommend these. How mental is that? Loads of people online are just like, oh yeah, just grab a protein bar. My daily routine, I have like a banana and then I have a protein shake or whatever. And these are just full of chemicals. They might help you bulk, but you're just gonna get fat. Trust me, I've done it. I don't actually have a picture of it right here, but I got super fat doing this type of diet. And eating these protein bars, they make you feel horrible. They make you feel slow. I can't focus on making these videos because I've got so much brain fog from all the chemicals in here. And also, these aren't bioavailable sources of protein. So not all protein you can absorb. Protein in animal-based products, which I'll get onto later, like meat-based products, you can absorb pretty much all of it. However, these have anti-nutrients in that don't allow you to absorb it. So say you're getting 25 grams of protein from this UFit bottle, right? You can only absorb like about 2 grams of protein, right? So even though you think you're getting 25 grams, you're probably not getting like even 10% of that because you can't absorb it. So these are not actually a great snack or whatever, just because they're full of crap essentially, and you can't absorb the protein that you're trying to get anyway. So like, it's just not very good. And next up, we've got like OT Flapjacky bar, whatever. Like they aren't great sources of protein, obviously, and they are not bioavailable, as I said, but they are packed full of calories. So if you're looking to add more calories to your diet, then even though they've got a ton of chemicals, I don't recommend these. I don't recommend either of these because they're packed full of chemicals, packed full of added sugars, processed sugars, just stuff you don't want in your body. But if you're solely based on just getting more calories, even though calories don't really exist and it more involves like micronutrients in your body, which is just like a lesson for another day, then I just wouldn't recommend these. I wouldn't recommend these. Whole foods are your best option. Rice cakes, on the other hand, are slightly different because they only contain, I don't think they contain any bad ingredients. Like they don't contain like seed oils or, added sugars or whatever. It's just like rice or something. I can't remember. I haven't eaten one in ages. And they're very dry and boring, but they have a lot of calories, lots of carbs, even though the carbs aren't very good because starchy carbs I find bloats me a lot, which is just horrible. They do have a lot of calories, so if you're solely based on bulking like everyone else is, then these are a good option. But again, I don't think they're a very good option. Now moving on to the actual good options, like things that I would genuinely recommend. So even though nuts have a lot of anti-nutrients, so you can't absorb a lot of the proteins, a lot of the vitamins and minerals and whatever, and it'll affect other foods, like if you eat like a steak later, then it'll block the absorption of the nutrients in the steak or whatever. It's very annoying. They are extremely high calorie, extremely high protein. So even though you're not getting like the complete protein, you're not getting all the protein because it's not bioavailable, you will still be getting a decent amount. And the calories are very high. And again, calories don't really matter, but they are very high if you're bothered about that. So what I would recommend, walnuts and pecans are like pecans, I think they're like 700 calories per 100 grams or something. I downed one of these bags once, just like not even thinking about it in a day. And that was probably about 2,500 calories or something, right? So extremely high calories. Also the fats in these nuts are very good for you. Don't be concerned about the fat. Fat is very good for you. You need fat for the development of your brain and hormones and everything like that. So it's an essential nutrient. Don't fall for this like idea of low fat, guys. Get the low fat protein yogurt because it's packed full of chemicals. Terrible for you. You need the fat anyway. So this is a good source of fat, even though you can't absorb all of it like I was talking about before. But I would recommend walnuts and pecans for the highest calories, cashews because they taste amazing, and almonds because well, they're just very good. However, don't eat like a pound or 2 pounds of them in one go because they've got enough cyanide to kill you. So, see, that's like nuts and seeds and all these kind of things. They're not as good as you think they are. And by the way, if this is very hard for you to wrap your head around because it is a bit confusing, then in that school community, for a limited time only, you get a one-to-one coaching call from me, so I can literally explain it to you like I am explaining it to you now, but personally, and I can say, okay, this is what you could put in your diet instead of this, blah, blah, blah. So moving on to a protein shake, but a natural one. You see, the problem with these ones up here, they are not natural. They're pumped full of chemicals, as I've said, and they've got added sugars, blah, 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 blah. They're not very good, and they've not got the fat that you need, so nada. But these are actually not too bad. So this is a little concoction I made. I got natural protein, so like unflavored protein. It was from Bulk, like whey protein, natural, what's it called? Like unflavored, that's the one. So it's unflavored protein, and it was literally just, like the ingredients list was 100% whey protein, right? And then I added a banana, and that might have been it. Oh, and milk, obviously. I now drink raw milk, basically straight out the cow, but pasteurized milk is still okay, right? It's just when it gets pasteurized, it gets heated up. This is store-bought milk, essentially, that you buy from the shop, like Asda or something. When you heat it up, it denatures all the enzymes, which basically just means that the nutrient quality goes down, so you just get less nutrients from it. So raw milk is better for you. No, it won't kill you. And this is what I used back then. I used basically filtered milk, which is the protein, and I used a banana, and I used store-bought milk, and it made this. And this is 100,000 times better than these protein shakes and bars or whatever. So if you actually want a protein shake, then do this. Make your own with single ingredient foods like banana, like milk, that you can see and you know what you're putting inside it. And this tastes better anyway. I'm not joking. When I tasted this, I was like, this just tastes so much better. Because the other ones, these ones, they just tasted so artificial. You could just taste like the fake strawberry or whatever. It was horrible. But these ones actually taste natural because they're natural, right? So I would actually recommend this because lots of people can't eat like me, which is fine, which I'm going to get onto in a second. But you can drink like this and it doesn't cost you very much, and you know your parents will probably say, yeah, that's fine, as long as you've got a blender, right? Now moving on to fruits, these are 2 high-calorie fruits. Bananas, I have a banana every morning, they're very nice. And dates, I have actually not tried a date, you know. I kind of want to try a date, but they're very sweet and they have good sugars in them compared to like the starchy carbs or something. These don't make me bloated, they're very nice. And also they are very high calories, like dates have a ton of calories. So if you're still on the bandwagon of calories, then you should go with these fruits. And finally, the things I would recommend is cheese and eggs, mainly eggs. Even though like the chickens that make these eggs are fed corn and like soy or whatever, so bad foods essentially, so they won't have as many nutrients as if they were just like free roaming in the wild, for example. They are still very good bioavailable sources of protein. You get pretty much every single protein, amino acid that you need. And they're very high, well, they're not very high calorie. They're like about 100 calories per egg or something. You've got a lot of protein, a lot of fat, which is very good for you. A lot of cholesterol. Cholesterol is good. Don't believe your fat doctors and your science teachers. This is actually how we're supposed to eat. This is how we've been eating for millions of years, eating animal products and animal products alone. So just keep eating eggs, eat as many as you can. This one guy ate 720 eggs in 1 month or something, or 1 week, something ridiculous like that, and his cholesterol went down. So, and I eat 6 eggs a day and I've never felt better. So just try it yourself. You can only be your own experiment. If you eat them and you feel terrible, then don't eat them, that's fine. But I can guarantee you that these are just amazing. And also cheese, even though it's better to get raw cheese because of the denaturing that I was talking about before, cheese is still good. So as long as you're just getting cheese and that's it, it's not got like any weird ingredients, you know, like the American cheese that's got about 50 ingredients. If you're eating just cheese on its own, then it's very high calorie, as in, for example, 100 calories in that bar, and it's got a ton of protein as well, and it's bioavailable. It's a lovely snack that you can eat. Literally just on the way to your next class, you could just bite it down like that and it's gone within like 5 seconds. I used to chomp on this like every single night before bed, which is not probably a good idea, but because I couldn't get to sleep that night. However, I did just like down like about 50 grams of cheese or whatever. It's a ton of calories, ton of everything you need. Beautiful. And so these are the 2 best snacks that you could possibly eat. Forget the rest. I mean, you can still eat these 2 and maybe the nuts if you really want to, but these are the best ones for bulking healthily. We want to always take health into account. And if you need any more help with this, then I can guarantee that you build 15 pounds of muscle in the next 90 days. With these, all these courses that I've got, going through everything you need to know, and we've got bonus courses in there as well. You get custom meal plans. For example, you don't know what snack to eat or whatever, then I can say, hey, you can get this one in that live coaching course. So I literally, for a limited time only, this might not be available when you click the link, but I can literally go on a call with you and say, right, okay, you should eat this, you should eat this, and then you're like, yeah, but I can't do it at this time, or I haven't got the money for that. Then I can suggest something different so that you can get to your goals exactly in the fastest, most efficient way possible, whilst still keeping your health in check. So if you're interested in that, then as always, click the first link in the description. I will see you over there. Good night.